Unresolved problem segment tonight, the IRS and the Tea Party. As you may know, the FBI is investigating whether or not the Internal Revenue Service has been treating the Tea Party organization unfairly. That investigation has dragged on for some time. But one senator actually wants the IRS to scrutinize the Tea Party.
The Tea Party elites gained extraordinary influence by being able to funnel millions of undisclosed dollars into campaigns with ads that distort the truth and attack government. It's clear we're not going to pass anything legislatively as long as the House of Representatives is in Republican control. But there are many things that can be done by the IRS and other government agencies, and we have to redouble those efforts.
And joining us now from Washington is Senator Chuck Schumer. Now, you seem to be saying the IRS should scrutinize the Tea Party, a conservative group, when there are liberal groups like Media Matters and the Center for American Progress, where you spoke, pretty much doing the same thing. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. And you cut it off. Your editor's a very good editor, Bill. They cut it off at just the point where I said that you should scrutinize all groups, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican. One problem here, and you're right about that, is you shouldn't be scrutinized because of your political beliefs. But the other problem is that these 501c4s, whether they be left or right, are abusing the law. The law says you get a tax exemption, you don't have to disclose your donors, you can do unlimited if it's for social welfare. Well, whether you're a liberal group or conservative group, and 90% of your money goes on attack ads on TV, you're not doing social welfare.
Okay.
And the IRS has the ability to shut it down. It ought to shut it down equally, left, right, and center.
Here's the rub. Number one, you don't mention any specific liberal groups, and you were speaking at a liberal group that does the exact same thing the Tea Party does. So that looks a little hypocritical. Number two.
No.
Wait. That's number one.
Go ahead, Bill.
Number two. Okay? You basically are saying that the Supreme Court, which ruled that this is okay, they're the problem, and the IRS should not be overriding the Supreme Court. Okay, take them one at a time.
First one, I want them to scrutinize all groups. I said that right there at CAP.
You didn't mention
the
them.
Tea Party. Well, I mentioned liberal groups. Okay, CAP is a liberal group. Okay,
come on.
The Tea. No.
No, you say the Tea Party, and then you don't mention the other liberal groups. If you had, I wouldn't be on your case. Go ahead.
The Tea Party does this and abuses it more than anyone else, but everyone should be scrutinized, and I said it there at CAP, which a lot of liberal groups don't like. The environmental groups don't like it. The pro-choice groups don't like it. None of them. But I think all of them should be shut down. Second, the Supreme Court ruled about certain things, but they did not rule on what is social welfare. And in fact, the IRS used to say that if you spent more than 50% of your money on ads, that was not social welfare. Somehow
here's the deal. Social welfare is.
You got to let me finish.
No, wait. I got a lot of stuff to get to you with. Social welfare, I know you'd agree with me, it's subjective. It's subjective. And so the Supreme Court can never really define it. Look, I'm on your side on this thing. I think it's being abused by both sides, but I don't think you pointed that out strongly enough. That's my beef with you. All right? I don't want rich guys, all right, like what happened. Do you know how much Priorities USA spent defaming Mitt Romney in the last election? Do you know how much?
Hey, I don't know the number, but it was too much.
$57 million. $57 million.
If they did it under the 501c4, they ought to be shut down. I'll say it right here. Liberal group, pro-democratic group, shut them down.
You and I agree on this issue, but I want you to be fair and balanced when you specifically name a group. That's all I'm asking.
That's why I'm here on Fox News, to be fair and balanced.
Okay. Now, I'm going into the White House to talk to your pal, your best friend, President Obama. Okay?
Yes.
Number one, what's the biggest mistake, and I asked this to the other two senators before you, what is the biggest mistake, you've been around a long time, that President Obama has made?
This is, I said this at the same speech. The biggest mistake he made, and I think the biggest mistake we Democrats made, was when in 2010 the new folks came in, Tea Party and everyone else, and attacked government as the root of all evil. We should have given a more robust defense of government. The bottom line is there are lots of problems that were not created by government. The biggest one is loss of middle-class incomes, loss of good-paying jobs, which was created by technology and globalization. Above all, when you can move a job to China or India, it reduces wages. And in our view, government, good education programs, building infrastructure, doing scientific research is the answer, the antidote. But we let
so you
the other
wanted him to fight more for the big government, and you don't think he did enough on that front?
I wouldn't call it big government, but I would say when they came in and said government's the root of all evil and never the solution, we should have said many of the problems are not caused by government, and government is the solution.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, give me one question that Schumer wants me to ask Obama. Give me one.
Who you root at the Super Bowl? Who you rooting for?
Come on. You want it to be a softball, patty cake, cupcake interview? Is that what you want?
Of course. But if you're not going to do that, I would ask him what can he do, assuming Congress won't do anything to raise middle-class incomes and create good-paying jobs. That's the number one problem America faces.
Specifically, what can you, the President of the United States, do to create those jobs? That's what you want me to ask him.
Create jobs and raise middle-class incomes, because even people with jobs are finding their purchasing power is declining.
Well, of course, under the Obama administration, it's declined $5,000 per family median income.
Well, it declined under Bush even before the recession. It declined a lot. It's accelerating. It's not a government. Government didn't cause this problem. Americans know that. It's technology. It's globalization. What do we do to counter it?
We appreciate you coming on tonight.
Bill.